Novamera's patented surgical mining techniques. This technique is predicated on drilling rotary holes, large diameter, 1.5 meter, 2 meter rotary holes from surface, and collecting the rocks, the broken rock, and that's eventually gets shipped to a refinery.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Brian Fowler. He is the CEO of Northstar Gold Corp. And Brian, it's good to have you back again. How are you?
I'm well, thanks, Steve.
Good, good, good. To have you long and a really significant news release out from the company today, talking about a deal with Novamera. So I'll let you pick it up from there. Tell us a bit about Novamera and what this deal is.
Certainly. This today we announced that we've signed a letter of intent with Novamera, and it's predicated on a Zone 2 proposed development and surgical mining evaluation study that Novamera recently completed for us on our Zone 2 exploration target at the Camp Copper Mine in 18 kilometers southeast of Kirkland Lake. Northstar recently completed a exploration target study and reported copper and tonnage ranges of 75,000 to 140,000 tons, grading between 9% and 18% copper, with the conceptual average grade of 12% copper. These are extremely high grades, and the work that we've done so far is to find a small high-grade zone from surface that's amenable to Novamera's patented surgical mining techniques. This technique is predicated on drilling rotary holes, large diameter, 1.5 meter, 2 meter rotary holes from surface, and collecting the rocks, the broken rock, and that's eventually gets shipped to a refinery. So we've got a very positive outlook, and yeah, so we're really pleased to partner with Novamera in this regard.
Yeah, so it's about 200 meters in depth, 125-meter strike length. So, and where it is and how it's situated, it fits nicely with the work that Novamera does. So, explain to me how the deal works as far as Northstar's side of things, and why this was so important to get done.
Yeah, certainly. The scope of the LOI is to for Novamera to deploy their proprietary turnkey surgical mining solution, and to extract conceptually 116,000 tons of Zone 2 material with 93 extraction holes, the large diameter extraction holes that are over estimated to take place over a period of 31 months. So we're in the process of putting together a 43-101 report, which would establish a resource, and then that would facilitate a application for a mine permit in the very near term. This is The optics of this are even further enhanced. Ontario recently passed Bill 5, which is Protect Ontario by Unleashing Our Economy Act in 2025. Simplistically, it's an effort to drastically streamline their mining permitting process to accelerate resource development, particularly critical minerals in Ontario. So we're working towards securing a mine permit, which we hope to be able to procure within three to 6 months, and which is much shorter than the conventional wait period. And then establish a part of the agreement as well is that Novamera has agreed to acquire or line up financing for this project. We envisage capex of about $1.5 million. Novamera has identified government grants that could be available to help us achieve our goals, and also identified a number of private institutions and companies that would be interested in either taking on a potential offtake agreement or earning in. The key to this is that it's low capex. It minimizes environmental and social impacts. It can be conducted quite quickly, and we can Northstar can benefit by instead of having to raise capital by conventional issuing shares and private placement, we can leverage the copper value from producing copper ultimately producing copper at the number 2 zone.
Yeah, in essence, protecting your shareholders as well makes a lot of sense. And so you're hoping that this will all get wrapped up in the coming months, Brian. You'd like to obviously get this work underway as quick as you can.
That's right. We're the rubber hit the road today. So we are having preliminary discussions with financing partners and potential offtake agreement interests, and we will be yeah we'll get our 43-101 report underway, and then ultimately we have to. This could take about 3 months or so, and then develop a mining agreement with Novamera to and then get things going.
Well, good stuff. The work still to be done, but obviously the hard work and the agreement is in the books now. So congratulations on that, Brian. Great to see you again, and we look forward to our next conversation. Okay.
Great, you bet. Thank you, Steve.
All right. There's Brian Fowler. He's the CEO of Northstar Gold Corp.